Hey everyone, this is Darin Kidd. Hope you're having a great day. Listen, today we're going to talk about 5 top tips when it comes to building your network marketing business. Do me a favor as you join, let me know where you're watching from, and we're going to get right into the content because what I'm trying to do is keep these videos a little more compact and get straight to the information. So those of you that are watching the replay, you don't have to go through several minutes of me chatting. So again, let me know where you're watching from. And by the way, as you're looking on the screen, you can see darinkid.com/3laws. Hey, Howard, welcome. Thanks for joining. And what you can do is you can download. We have updated that information. And so if you have not had a chance to download that, it is now a workbook type completely free download. And it's something that you can actually send to your team as well. And I would encourage you to maybe take that, and you could even use that for a small training for your organization where you walk them through the 3 irrefutable laws to building, having success in network marketing. All right. And then for those that are, hey, Colleen, thanks for joining in the bathtub in Florida. Well, you know what? That's a great place to be, Colleen. At least we know you're clean, Colleen. All right. Well, listen, happy Friday. And listen, for all of you that are constantly, plugging into my trainings every single week, the biggest way that you can support these trainings is depending on which platform you're watching on. If you're on Facebook, if you can make sure you click that like and smash that heart button, that's going to help the algorithm. It's going to help push out this information to more people. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, and then share this with any of your teammates or friends that you believe will have this information will have an impact on. So that's the way to help me because what it does, it allows, again, us to reach more people. And that's the way the algorithm works. All right, so let's talk about 5 top tips to building a network marketing business. Some of this you may have heard it before, maybe a little bit differently than I'm going to explain it today. We're not going to spend a lot of time going in depth, but I will tell you as I was sitting back going, you know what are 5 top tips that I can share with people that, that are really impactful for their business? And these are the ones that I came up with that helped me have some of those breakthroughs in my business. Number 1, knowing and having your goals and your why written down. Okay. Knowing what your goals are, knowing why you're in the business, but very importantly, you want to make sure that you write them down. Okay, one of the guys that I follow on YouTube that is a friend of mine, he's had 40 million views on YouTube last year. And he was talking about the same thing. He's like, hey, look, I had some people in the comments that said, hey, look, it's a lot of the same information. And he goes, I went to that person's channel and I looked at them and they hadn't even done any of the steps that I've been teaching. So they were fussing about hearing the information over and over and over again, but yet they never implemented anything that I had shared with them. And so you want to make sure you're not just hearing the information, but ask yourself, am I doing the things that Darin is talking about on a weekly basis? Have I written down my goals, right? And have I written down and taken time to really think about why I'm building the business? If you have not written them down, then you know what? You're just going, hey man, I'm crossing my fingers and I'm hoping that it's going to work. And your life is more important than that. Your business is more important than that. So make sure you take time to write them down. Number 2, and Colleen, thank you so much for just sharing that with your team. Hey, Justin, thanks for joining. All right, so let's talk about number 2, being intentional. Being intentional. Locally, my son and I, we went and spent some time with John Maxwell here about 2 weeks ago. He was in Virginia, and he was speaking to several hundred CEOs from all over the world. And here's what he said: no one ever drifted to a desired location. Okay. No one ever drifted to a desired location. We can't be random when it comes to building a business. We have to be very intentional with the things that we do. So what are some things that you can be intentional on a daily basis when it comes to building your business? Well, you can have your DMOs, your daily method of operation. And what are the things that are going to get you to where you want to be? What are leading indicators to help you grow your business? Let's talk about, new connections. Okay. That's being intentional. Okay. How many new connections am I going to have on a daily basis? And what I used to do was go, okay, here's my minimum. No matter what happens, at least 5 days a week. I would train 5 days a week. For me, I would make sure it was 6 days a week. And I would go, no matter what, this is my minimum when it comes to new connections on a daily basis. Then I had a realistic goal and I had a dream goal. And very rarely was I able to hit that dream goal. But most of the time, I was hitting between the realistic and the dream. And I knew that my reach outs were going to determine how fast I built my business. So it's about new connections. It's about reaching out to people. It's about posting on social media, your follow-ups, and promoting. Okay. And those are just a few when it comes to, hey, look, am I being intentional, treating my business like a business on a daily basis? And it's not about, you may go, hey, Darin, but you don't understand, like I'm busy, right? I've got a family, I've got a career. My wife and I, we have 5 kids. I had a team of several 100,000 people, right? All over the world, different time zones. We had multiple franchises. But when my mentors taught me, Darin, it's not how much you do, it's the effectiveness of what you do. So like, it's about knowing what hours you have to build your business. It's like the mom, right, that I interviewed a while back. And she's like, hey, look, I've got 2 little kids under 4 years old. I am a teacher full time. I don't have a lot of contacts. I'm married. My husband works a full-time job. But she figured out what hours that she was going to work her business. She was intentional. She's like, look, I'm going to show up early at work and I'm going to sit in the parking lot. And she got there like 5:30 in the morning and she worked her business where there was no distractions. And not only did she know, okay, I'm going to work it there, I'm going to work it during my break, a little bit during my lunch break, at night when the kids get in bed. She was putting in about 12 hours a week, 2 hours a day, 6 days a week. Okay, she was very intentional with what hours she was going to work. And then she was prepared and intentional, knowing what she was going to do during those hours. So it was, when you're intentional, you're sitting in the parking lot, in the pickup line for your kids, like I've done many times, but yet you've got your hot prospect list and you're on your phone making the most of the time that you have, that 15 minutes, right? 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there. See, the great thing about the network marketing space is I used to have to work my life around my business, but with network marketing, you can work your business around your life. So it's not how much you do, it's the effectiveness of what you do. All right. Hey, I believe it's Lily. Yes, you caught me live. That's awesome. Hey, Charles, thanks for joining. And look, I appreciate everyone sharing. I appreciate you smashing that heart button. And for all of you that have just jumped on, the way that you can help me with my YouTube channel and Facebook is smash the heart button, the like button, and subscribe. All right. So being prepared and then having that action plan in place. We can confuse busyness and be busy, but yet not be productive. So a question that you can write down and spend some time after this training, right? Going through, what are the MMAs? Okay. What are the money making activities, or HPAs, high payoff activities that are going to get me to where I want to be? Right. So are you, reaching out to people? We talked about that. Are you promoting trainings? But make sure that you're not just busy, because it is so easy, especially when you start getting a team. Hey, look, I'm going to check my reports and I'm going to check in with the organization. And it's okay to do those things, but you want to make sure that you are leading by example and you're being very intentional. So being intentional, no one ever drifted to a desired location. You don't ever see someone at the top of a mountain and they go, hey, I accidentally stumbled to the top of the mountain. It takes intention and it takes some effort to get to the top of that mountain. Number 3, one of the top tips, you've got to have discipline. When people are like, Darin, I need you to motivate me on a daily basis. The only type of motivation that lasts is internal. I can inspire you, but if it's going to last, the only person that can make sure that happens is you. And in the beginning, all it is pure discipline. you're never going to feel like doing the things you need to do to build your business. Very rarely do you just wake up and go, I just feel so motivated, unless you're different than me and most of the people that I work with, right? Most of the time, you're not going to feel like it. It is pure work ethic. It is pure discipline. And the secret is motion creates emotion. Like Emerson said, do the thing, have the power. He didn't say, wait, sit back and just wait for the power to come to you, then you go do it. That's not the way it works. Motion creates emotion. When you make sure that you're disciplined, going, okay, I'm at work 30 minutes early. I don't feel like it. I'd like to take a nap. Like this mom, hey, look, it's 5:30 in the morning. I'm exhausted. I've got 2 little kids. I had to get them prepared. I had to get them to the babysitter. Now I've got to go work my job. But her why, her reason, her motivation, the motive for her actions was strong enough to go, look, it's not about how I feel. I'm going to go do it anyway. So that's number 3, is having discipline, and motivation will come. You will create the habits. Number 4, focus on the basics. What's the difference between an amateur and a pro in really any business? Pros do the basics better. Pros do the basics better. Amateurs get bored with basics. They're like, hey, I've heard this stuff before. Doesn't matter how many times we've heard it, or we continue to do the basics, knowing that the basics compound, knowing that if you continue to do the basics, your team catches on. And if 80% of your production comes from new people and you're constantly reinventing the wheel, then what's going to happen is you're never going to create duplication. You're never going to create that rhythm and that culture in your organization that works with or without you. So one of the top tips is stop overcomplicating things. Focus on the basics. Let me know what has been at the end. I want to know your favorite tip. I'll recap, but I want to know what was your favorite tip. And last but not least, number 5, create daily positive habits and rituals. At first, we create our habits, then our habits create us. Okay, at first, we create our habits, then our habits create us. So what are some of the things? This is not just about business, because guess what? Your health affects your energy. That's going to affect how you build your business. Your business and your health, they're going to affect your family life. And so it's about having a balanced life. So what are some of the habits and rituals that I do on a daily basis? I'll just give you a few, right? Getting up in the morning and meditating and praying, drinking 20 ounces of water on an empty stomach, right? There's a lot of science behind that. Listening to educational, inspirational, motivational information first thing in the morning. Like I have this whole little ritual that I've created. I do the same thing at night. So whether it's, prayer, meditation, another thing that I do on a daily basis, I try to move my body. Yesterday, crazy busy day, family things going on, very stressful, but I still made time to go by, warm up, right? And then I did a workout. There was only 12 minutes. It took me 12 minutes and 30 some seconds. It was a hard one, right? It was 1,000 meters on the erg, we call it an erg, ERG bike. And then I did 33 dumbbell snatches, right? And then I did 1,000 on the bike, and I did 22 and 1,000 on the bike, and I did 11 and 1,000 on the bike, and did, I think that was it. So it took me 12 minutes and 30 seconds, but it was intense. And afterwards, it felt so good. Those natural endorphins. I was sweating. I looked like I jumped in the pool. But I'm like, man, if I can move my body on a daily basis, even if it's only, some days it's 30, 45 minutes, some days it's 12 minutes. But I moved my body, right? I knew I was going to sleep better. I knew it was going to relieve stress, right? Every single day. So can you move your body? Can you go for a walk outside and not only move your body, but another daily, a daily habit and ritual is gratitude. This morning, before I was even consciously awake, because I've continued to do this every single day, I was thanking God for my blessings as my eyes opened. Right? Thank you, God, for another day. I know you're not finished with me yet if I woke up, right? So when you create a daily habit and a ritual of gratitude, Gratitude is one of the healthiest emotions you can possibly have, if not the healthiest. So then, personal growth, you have a daily habit for personal growth. I told you a little bit of mine. Get sleep. Okay. That's another daily habit and ritual. I used to think I don't need to sleep. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Sleep is for wimps. Not the case, right? Your body needs sleep. Your immune system needs sleep. It should be a priority. So I've created daily habits and rituals where I try to at least get 7 hours of sleep. For me, my body needs at least 7 hours. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I go hard during the day, and I want to make sure that I take care of my body. We only get one of them. And drink water. So those are a few things. So again, it's creating daily positive habits and rituals. And at first we create them, then they create us. Now, all 5 of these things that I just went over, let me know which one is your favorite of the 5. And let me know maybe which one you're going to start working on to get a little bit better at. That's every day. Some days we're going to fall off the wagon. Like there are days I miss working out. There are days that when I was tracking how much water I had today, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm way behind. So it's not a matter of we're all going to fall off the wagon. It's a matter of getting back on the wagon a little bit quicker each time. And that awareness leads to growth. That awareness leads to change. So number 1, again, 5 top tips for building a network marketing business and improving your life. Let's just face it. These things improve your relationships, your life, your health. And that's the beauty of the space that we're in, is that it can make you a better version of you in everything that you do. So number 1, having your why and your goals written down. Number 2, being intentional. And I just love when John Maxwell said, no one ever drifted to a desired location. If you're drifting, you're going downhill. That's not the way we want to go. Number 3 was, having discipline, doing it when we don't feel like it. Number 4 was focusing on the basics. Basics create a successful business in network marketing. Fancy doesn't duplicate. And number 5, having daily positive habits and rituals that we create, and then they create us. And here's a bonus tip, okay? Never quit. Right? If you want to have a successful business, you never quit. Failure is a great teacher, right? Failure is the fertilizer for your business. Without failure and success are not separate. They're together. So if you never quit, it is impossible to fail. So let me know. Let's see which one was your favorite. And because that's the 5 tips, that's the training. I appreciate all the love, the smashing the heart button. I appreciate you tagging people in the comments. And if you're on YouTube, man, you haven't seen anything yet. We're getting ready to revamp a lot of things. And then make sure you download darinkid.com/3laws. And once again, for those that just joined late, that's a workbook that we updated. I've even got the why worksheet where you could do a dream building, workshop with your organization, even virtually. They can each download it and you could go through that together. But very good basic information that helps people start to get that dream machine turned on, and that clarity, giving them focus, and that focus gives them energy and fuel. So I appreciate everybody jumping on. And as always, I appreciate your support when it comes to the different channels and the trainings. And we have got so much more coming your way. I'm cheering for you. Have an awesome rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Take care.